What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU, and it looks like there's some pretty interesting stuff about to go down in the Loki series and of course in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, has recently come out and said something very interesting about the Loki series that is getting fans pretty excited, because this means that we could be seeing some old characters or different versions of some characters in the MCU, which of course I think is something that people could have expected from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but it looks like they could be coming in Loki. Specifically, we could be seeing Tony Stark in the Loki series. But here's the kicker: is it actually going to be Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, or is it going to be somebody new? Don't worry, I'll break down everything you need to know in this video. But reminder, only 10 days left in my Stormbreaker giveaway. To enter, just subscribe to my channel and to Cosmic Culture, link in the description down below. So let's start off by talking about what Kevin Feige has recently said about the Loki series. During an interview with Entertainment Weekly, this is what he had to say about the show. Part of the fun of the multiverse and playing with time is seeing other versions of characters and other versions of the titular character in particular. Now, as I mentioned, this is something that we expected to see in Doctor Strange, but not Loki. But when Entertainment Weekly asked him if Loki would tie into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Kevin Feige declined to confirm, so he wouldn't say yes or no. But let's face it, this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, everything is pretty much all connected. So in the Loki series, we're going to be seeing different versions of other characters that we've already seen before. And this makes sense because in the trailers that we've seen for Loki, the TVA has showed us that Loki has really messed up their timeline, which they refer to as the sacred timeline. And interestingly enough, in this Entertainment Weekly article, they stated that there will be a lot more time travel in Loki in comparison to Endgame. So a lot more time travel. This opens it up to see a lot more different characters. And the cool thing is that we've already seen in the Loki series some of these alternate timelines are not anywhere near what happens in the main timeline. In one of the timelines that they visit, it looks like New York is completely destroyed. We see a broken and destroyed Avengers Tower in the background, and it looks like female Loki could actually be the cause of this. So that's already one different version of Loki. And then of course we know that there's going to be a kid Loki as well. But what about other characters? We could see different versions of Thor, Odin, Frigga, pretty much anybody from the Thor movies. But what about some of the other Avengers? We can see different versions of characters like Tony Stark, Black Widow, the Hulk perhaps, Captain America. These characters that are gone from the MCU right now could return, only slightly different. And this actually lines up with a recent report from GiantFreakingRobot.com. They recently stated that they weren't able to confirm what the exact project would be, but they are certain that Marvel Studios is trying to find a young actor to play a young and future Iron Man. I'm not so sure about getting an Iron Man for the future. To me, there's really only one Tony Stark. However, with the recent comments of Kevin Feige, it would make sense that we could see a young Tony Stark in the Loki series. And there are many different alternate versions of characters that we could see, some of which could still be played by Robert Downey Jr. because they don't have to be a young Tony Stark, it could just be a different Tony Stark. And as far as Multiverse of Madness is concerned, this is pretty much what we're going to be getting, alternate versions of characters coming from different realities and dimensions. However, at this point, it does seem like there are many different things that are causing the multiverse to go into madness. The snap could be one of them, Wanda could be one of them, and now it looks like Loki is going to have some type of contribution to this as well. So although Kevin Feige has declined on whether or not Loki is going to connect to Multiverse of Madness or not, I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Whether indirect or directly, I'm sure Loki and everything that's happening with the TVA is going to cause some type of trouble for Doctor Strange in the next film, which is actually pretty exciting because that means we can see a lot of alternate versions of the characters that we know and love in the upcoming films. And hopefully Tony Stark could be one of them. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out any videos. If I hear anything else about these alternate versions of characters, I'll be sure to do a video and let everybody know. In the meantime, let me know which characters you would like to see show up in Loki and Multiverse of Madness in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.